don't let nobody diminish the light that God put inside of you, right? God gave you that light, and He gave you that light to make change, right? People are attracted to your light, but you have to remember that not only are positive people attracted to your light, but so are negative people, right? Before you knew who you was, the enemy already knew who you was, right? So the devil knew who you was before you did, right? So when you trying to walk in your light and you trying to be who God called you to be, right? And you trying to help others and lead other people to Christ, that is what is going to cause the persecution, right? That is what's going to cause people to speak out against you, right? People will make what you're doing somehow about them, right? When in all honesty, you doing what God told you to do. Stay focused, right? It's a distraction, right? And we all fall to distractions, right? Well, slip to distractions, because we don't fall because we don't stay down. But it's easy to slip up on a distraction, right? Because you are walking a path that other people don't understand, right? They don't understand your walk because God don't do conference calls, right? He ain't call you and these people and tell them, like, look, this is what I put for him to do, for her to do, right? They chosen to do this, to do that, to bring the light, to share their light, to spread the gospel, right? If you are constantly trying to get other people to understand why you're doing what you're doing, you distracted, right? You gotta realign, right? Stay focused, right? And lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. That's Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 and 6, right? So if people can't receive what you're doing, then that's okay, right? Eventually they will see, right? Because God can change anybody, right? God can fill anybody's heart. And you have to remember that when Moses went to Pharaoh, God told Moses that he had already hardened his heart, right? So he wasn't going to receive you because I already hardened his heart. I already hardened their hearts, right? Like, so they're not going to receive what you're saying, but you keep speaking it, right? You keep doing it because it's what I told you to do, right? And that is how you have to look at your purpose. That is how you have to look at your goals, your ambitions, your aspirations, what you know that God has for you, right? Because God made you the promise. He ain't made that promise to nobody else. So they can't understand why you move the way you move. Remember, you set apart for a reason, right? What's inside of you always been inside of you, and it's been growing, it's been being nurtured, and it's been flourishing because you was hidden in plain sight, right? God always knew that all eyes was going to be on you. God always knew that he was going to bring you to where he's your breakthrough, but you had to catch up. And it's the same with people, right? Because now that you caught up, you got to keep walking. People will start to see, right? And if they don't, then you not to be received by them, right? Because the people who you are for, they will gravitate to you, right? That's why you have to keep walking in your purpose. You keep doing what God told you to do, right? No matter what that is, right? If it's a job, if you working a 9 to 5, you be the best at your job, right? You do what you need to do because you never know what doors is going to open in that job if God placed you there, right? God told you to start a YouTube channel, Facebook page, Instagram, any other social media. You keep doing what you do until God show you, right? Because when he show you, other people gonna see too, right? So, but you stay focused on the God's promise to you, right? Because if God told you this is where you're supposed to be, then you stay there, right? Peace be still, right? So if you're an entrepreneur and you starting your business and it's looking funny, right? It's a slow start or whatever, you keep going, right? Because if God planted you there, it's gonna grow, right? You good ground, right? So no matter what seeds are planted, they will grow. But you gotta be open for the right seeds to be planted so that you can grow in the right direction, right? Because it just you good ground, which means if the enemy plant seeds, if you allow the enemy plant seeds, they gonna grow too, right? And then like it's a part of the Bible, it's a parable in the Bible when the enemy comes at night and he plants weeds, right, amongst the plants, he plants weeds. And then that morning when they see it, they say like, oh well, we can take the weeds down. But he say, no, you can't cut the weeds down, because if you cut the weeds down, you're gonna ruin the crop, right? So you have to be careful what you are allowing to be planted within you, because you are the good ground and it's gonna grow, right? So you don't want those weeds to be take root and grow, because once they take root, you can't pull them up without destroying the plant, right? The crop. So make sure you're pruning yourself, realigning yourself with Christ, right? And staying focused on the goal, no matter what. No matter what it look like, no matter what nobody's saying or what's going on around you, or even the triggers that it brings from your past, right? So you starting a business and you done had past traumas, so it's hard for you to trust people. But you need partners, right? Because you can't do anything alone. Man was not meant to live alone, right? And God said that. Know that the